opportunity, obviously, for our women's basketball program. You know, I've talked since the inception of Damn Nation just over a year ago how I really wanted to make sure that all student athletes and teams at Oregon State have an opportunity in this space. And, you know, I want to be really aggressive and find, you know, truly meaningful opportunities. And so Toyota obviously is one of Oregon State's biggest sponsors. They do a lot, you know, promoting the women's basketball season, the Fearless campaign, the rivalry series. It just made a lot of sense to roll out a team-wide initiative for NIL for the women's basketball team. And I think it's a phenomenal way to get them going in the NIL space.
Well, let's talk about how Beaver fans can really make a difference, Kyle, because, I mean, if you have a favorite football player or wrestler or a gymnast and you want to help them, it's easy to do, right? Can you tell everybody how to do that?
Yeah, it is. I've tried to make it really easy. You know, you could go on our website. You can make a one-time contribution towards the sport of your choice, team of your choice. But what we're really trying to push is this sustainable model, you know, not having to go back to the same people over and over and over again as we build our Rolodex of corporate sponsors that really should drive NIL and opportunities. But what we're trying to push is this Damn Fam monthly membership, asking Beaver Nation to give what you can, whether it's $5 a month, $20 a month, $100 a month. Do what you can to support your favorite teams at Oregon State. And we'll be sure to, again, find them truly meaningful opportunities in the NIL space that's going to mean something to them now, but also into the future.
Well, you know, I like the phrase you guys use is transforming Beaver athletics one contribution at a time. So if you want to make a generic contribution to football or men's basketball, you can do that, or you can even get more individualized, right? And contribute to a player and help them.
You know, you can, but what I really try to do is promote the team concept. You know, student athletes have the opportunity to opt in or opt out based on what the opportunity might be. So, yeah, absolutely. Earmark funds for your favorite team. We'll obviously work with you to kind of find, you know, what works best and kind of where your thoughts are. But then also this idea of a general fund to where we can use it as needed across all sports. All are equally important. And really, I'm just trying to put out a menu for Beaver Nation to kind of pick and choose what they're interested in and where they want their contributions to go to sport.
And one thing I think is pretty cool is this whole idea of a monthly membership, right? So a recurring contribution, which really builds a bond between the fan and the teams.
Exactly. And that bond is key. You know, getting some membership perks is always fun for people, whether it's, you know, a swag item, a sweatshirt, t-shirt, something like that. But again, it's the bond that you just mentioned between the fan and their favorite team or teams. And then also what's key and vital in this whole idea is the idea of a sustainable program, one that's going to live on. It's not just, it's good for a fall or a winter and then, you know, where's the support? It's something that's ongoing, it's sustainable, and that's where we're going to differentiate ourselves as we move forward.
Well, what I like about it, it helps all student athletes. Visit damnationcollective.com. And when they get on that website, tell us a little about the website.
Yeah, the website, there's a lot of information on there. There's, you know, really kind of an A to Z, what NIL is, how it should work, and showing the roadmap for the things that we are doing. Also, there's, you know, information on the history of the collective, who's part of the collective, our partners, and then obviously, you know, a roster of folks who've contributed. We have a wall of honor where we list the names of folks that have, you know, contributed as part of our Damn Fam. We list the student athletes we're working with. And then also, you know, there's obviously a way to get involved. So a lot of information on the webpage. I know it's still a new concept, so I encourage people to check it out. And you can always reach out as well through the contact form, and I will always get back to folks in a timely manner to answer additional questions.
Kyle Bjornstad, thank you so much for spending time with us here at halftime where the Beavs are taking on Notre Dame. Once again, damnationcollective.com. Kyle, appreciate the time and a happy new year to you and all you folks involved in this great project.
You as well. Go Beavs.
Kyle Bjornstad. Yeah, he played hoops at OSU and now he's involved in a huge program that's going to make a big difference at Oregon State. Stick around. When we come back, a scoreboard from Learfield as it's bowl time and it's getting near to 2024. We'll be right back on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Discover the heart of innovation and growth at the College of Agricultural Sciences, the founding college of Oregon State University. Since 1868, we have served as the engine of science that drives progress, supports industry, and offers education and opportunity for anyone to grow into their fullest potential. Here, students become leaders who will shape the future of food security, sustainable agriculture, and natural resource management. Learn more at agsci.oregonstate.edu. That's agsci.oregonstate.edu. Associated Oregon Loggers is honored to represent 23,000 hard-working Oregon forest contractors. Through their Oregon Professional Logger Program, individuals go through rigorous training and are required to complete continuing education in regulations, new research, safety, and leadership. Join us in taking a moment to thank Oregon's loggers and forest contractors for supporting our forests. This message brought to you by Associated Oregon Loggers, proud sponsor of OSU Athletics. Go Beavs!
The Rivalry Series is brought to you by Safeway Albertsons, Pacific Source Health Plans, your local Toyota dealers, and First Interstate Bank. The University of Oregon and Oregon State University want to thank each company for recognizing one of the longest-running sports rivalries in the nation. Ultimately, our student athletes will benefit the greatest from their tremendous support. The Beavs and Ducks will battle head-to-head once again this year in 10 different sports. Cheer on the Beavs this season to capture the Rivalry Series.
Beavers regain the lead in the rivalry game.
No student should have to worry about their next meal. Coastal Farm and Ranch and your OSU Beavers are doing what they can to help. Introducing Sacks for Students. Every time the Beavers record a sack, Coastal will make a cash donation to the OSU Food Pantry. We are Beaver Nation. Support OSU students who need a little extra help. Find out how you can get involved at coastalcountry.com. It's Sacks for Students with Coastal Farm and Ranch and your OSU Beavers.
Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
And from Master Control, I'm Mo Lewis. Halftime at the Sun Bowl, and the Beavers on the wrong end of a 14-0 score. Let's check the out-of-town scoreboard. It's bowl season, and yesterday at the Valero Alamo Bowl, number 14, Arizona. 17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. They hold off at Oklahoma 38-24. Yesterday in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, it was Kansas State beating NC State 28-19. In the Wasabi Fenway Bowl, Boston College held SMU scoreless in the second half. Boston College wins 23-14. And at the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, it was Rutgers, a touchdown better than Miami, 31-24. Today at the Gator Bowl, Clemson and Kentucky going at it, and it took a late touchdown from Clemson to win. 17 seconds left in the game. They put it in the end zone and beat Kentucky 38-35. This just underway. Iowa State and Memphis in the Liberty Bowl, and right now Memphis is up 6-0. Later tonight at the Cotton Bowl Classic, it's going to be number 7 Ohio State and number 9 Missouri. Second half of the Sun Bowl coming up. This is Oregon State Beaver football from Learfield.
Make the most of your holidays with a new Toyota at Toyotathon. From ski trips to holiday shopping, you'll be thanking yourself all season long.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers end December 5th. Toyotathon ends January 2nd. Participating dealers only. Toyota. Let's go places.
Bring chef-inspired recipes home to your dinner table with side dishes from Main Street Bistro. Try pairing your favorite entree with Main Street Bistro roasted garlic and rosemary potatoes. Made with baby red and yellow potatoes, roasted to perfection and ready to serve and share in minutes. With real ingredients you trust and made from scratch taste you crave, Main Street Bistro refrigerated side dishes are available in your grocer's meat department. Restaurant quality, stay-at-home comfort.
Make the most of your holidays with a new Toyota at Toyotathon. From ski trips to holiday shopping, you'll be thanking yourself all season long.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers end December 5th. Toyotathon ends January 2nd. Participating dealers only. Toyota. Let's go places.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and great shaves start with Barbasol shaving cream. For whatever your day brings, choose Barbasol. It's a can of can-do. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
Make weeknight dinners memorable with restaurant-quality side dishes from Main Street Bistro. Try pairing your favorite entree with our baked scalloped potatoes. Made with whole milk, cheddar cheese, fresh potatoes, and ready to share in minutes. With real ingredients you trust and made from scratch taste you crave, Main Street Bistro side dishes elevate an everyday meal into something special. Main Street Bistro refrigerated side dishes are available in your grocer's meat department. Restaurant quality, ready in minutes.
Score a touchdown today by joining Oregon State Credit Union, where your money works harder for you. Be more than an account number with member-focused financial advice and money-saving options. We started at Oregon State University. We were born a Beaver. Join Oregon State Credit Union today. Visit one of our 15 branches or join online at OregonStateCU.com/join.
On the Beavers Sports Network, from Learfield, Beaver football is brought to you by Reese's. Make game day delicious and cheer on our Beavers with deli salads from Reese's, proud sponsor of game day. And by Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved. PacificOffice.com. Now, with the call of the second half, here's Mike Parker and Jim Wilson.
Getting ready for the third quarter kickoff, 14-0 Notre Dame. The Irish with a 2-touchdown advantage, a 96-yard drive in their first possession, and an impressive 44-yard short field drive after the Irish made a play on the Beavers' attempt on a fake punt from midfield, a short field of 44 yards for their second touchdown. Steve Angeli has performed well in his first career start, 7 of 9, 121 yards. And a touchdown. Notre Dame with 200 yards of total offense in the first half. The Beavers with 103. Ben Gulbranson, 8 of 15, 86 yards. Had that big hit of 32 to Josiah Irish that gave the Beavers momentary hope that they might get into position to at least get a field goal before the end of the half. But a holding penalty prevented that. So the Beavers trail by 2 touchdowns at the break. We've been entertained. We'll talk about what has entertained many of us here during the halftime break, not only the bands, Notre Dame's and Oregon State's, but some activity on a nearby rock formation. Let's send it down below to Ron Callan first.
Guys, Silas Bolden will not be available in the second half. He has re-aggravated a hamstring issue, so he's in sweats. He's out, so they'll miss number 7. So I expect Josiah Irish to be very busy.
Bolden had 3 catches in the first half, 28 yards, and a punt return, but he was limited with that hamstring, Jim, all week in practice. Went through a few drills, but wasn't full speed by any means.
And Deshaun Fenwick actually just went back into the locker room. I don't know if maybe that's just a bathroom issue or what, but he did go back into the locker room. Now Notre Dame gets the ball first, so I know he knows that he has time. But we'll be interested to see. Here he comes back out. So
yeah, he looks good. 3 carries, 13 yards for Deshaun in the first half. Jim, you and I watched quite an episode here. I mean, the guy on top of this rock formation behind the stadium on the northeast side, and boy, that guy, how he got up there, I have no idea. But he climbed up a perilous path.
I don't like heights, and this is scary heights in that. It's atop the stadium and very, very steep.
And a security guard, as Everett Hayes' kick goes out of the back of the end zone, had wanted no part of climbing up to get the guy down. He yelled at him, hey, you got to come down, you got to come down. But that security person stayed well below where the guy had climbed up to. The guy started to come down the path our way, and I thought we might see him slip down. He stopped, reverse course, and went on the other side of the rock formation. So we were watching that pretty intently. Let's hope all is well on the other side of the rock. We go to the second half. The Beavers trailing 14-0, and the Irish will have the ball first. 1st and 10 after the kickoff from Everett Hayes, his 22nd kickoff of the season. The Irish 1st and 10, left hash at the 25. An RPO and a pass to the outside. Jack Conne breaks on the receiver and tackles him at the 29-yard line after a gain of 4. Jordan Faison, the receiver. I thought for a moment Conne might pick it, might jump the route and get in front of it. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, as Salerno's going to the outside, Conne, you can already see him breaking on the ball. Just another split second, he might have been able to undercut that.
14-0 Notre Dame as we open play in the 3rd quarter. Noble Thomas and Jaden Robinson, the corners, Conne and Oladapo at the safeties, Isaiah Chisholm playing on with Melvin Jordan the 4th at the inside backers, McCartan and Chatfield outside, 3 down linemen. On 2nd down and 6, the Beavers get to the run pretty quickly. Out to the 32-yard line goes Jeremiah Love, leaving the Irish with a 3rd down and 3, and a fairly important 3rd down play to open second half action. The Irish 5 of 8 3rd down conversions in the first half. The Beavers were 0 of 4.
Boy, Melvin Jordan, they list him at 5'11", and he just, I mean, when he reads run, he comes after you. And he took on the guard, and he basically made the pile, and the rest of the Beavers made the play.
Melvin will have to be perhaps the next. The Beavers have had a good run of inside linebackers, Avery Roberts, Easton Mascarenas, Arnold, and now maybe the next is Melvin Jordan the 4th.
Look at the Beavers with a super late substitution.
This is their first of the
Yeah, that was Notre Dame. Notre Dame made a super late substitution. I'm waiting. Oregon State substitute. Yeah. And all of a sudden here came Takari Ickel, and Notre Dame said, we're going to have to take a timeout.
Notre Dame had some confusion, and it's a big play in the football game. Everybody understands that. Marcus Freeman doing an excellent job in the program, former Ohio State great. Calls a timeout just a minute and a half into the second half. It'll be 3rd and 3 when we return to Sun Bowl Stadium on the campus of the University of Texas, El Paso. 14-0 Notre Dame, 13:30 to go in the 3rd on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
First Tech Federal Credit Union is proud to invest in Beaver Nation with banking solutions that deliver more money in your pocket. Our Oregon State family can take advantage of a low-risk, high-yield savings strategy by getting First Tech's 13-month bump-up share certificate. With the money you save, you could fund next year's season tickets before they even go on sale. Earn more green while you cheer for the orange and black. Visit us at firsttechfed.com/OSU. Go Beavers! APY is annual percentage yield. Credit union membership is required and subject to approval. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's morning in the not-too-distant future. Your alarm goes off and your automated mattress lifts you out of bed. Your automated shower is all ready to go at the right temperature. Your automated kitchen makes you bacon and eggs sunny side up. Then you remember you need to call your health plan. You hit the call button on your phone and you're greeted by a real person, not an automated phone tree. At Pacific Source Health Plans, we know technology is important, but it can't replace human service.
Visit PacificSourceMembersFirst.com to learn more.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace.
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Oregon State Credit Union, the official credit union of OSU Athletics. You can join today on this Friday afternoon by visiting OregonStateCU.com/join. Back in El Paso, an interesting play, an important one, and the Beavers' hopes to keep fighting here early in the second half, trailing the Irish 14-0. Notre Dame with a 3rd and 3 at its own 32 in the first possession of the second half. The ball in the right hash. Sione Lolohea and John McCartan now on the outside. Rawls and Golden, the 2 down. The Beavers hoping to get off the field with a big stop on 3rd and 3 with Steve Angeli in shotgun. Retreats to throw. Pass comes underneath, and a missed tackle in space by Noble Thomas Jr. allows for a first down to be recorded by Eli Raridan. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Notre Dame with the ball out to the 42 and a gain of 10. Noble Thomas taking on Raridan at 6'6", 250. Noble 5'11", 195. Tough matchup, and the tight end breaks the tackle and gets the first down.
Got to get him down. Knees or lower if you're in that matchup. And had he made the tackle, it would have been about 4th and 2. I think Notre Dame at that point punts the football. I think if it's 4th and 1 and you're Notre Dame, you just go for it.
Perhaps, but we didn't get to live to see that potential. Jordan now in at left cornerback for the Beavers. Andre Jordan with Jaden Robinson, the right corner, and penalty flag comes out. Notre Dame, I believe, is going to be called for a false start. They're a little out of sorts.
There you go. Offense. Hard penalty. First down.
You know what I'm saying, Jimmy? They had personnel issues.
Yeah,
and burned
running
a
all over the place.
Now a delay.
And even in the first series, they ended up converting on 3rd down. Now, Notre Dame is now 6 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. The Beavers. In the first half, and if I told you that stat, you'd probably say, well, the Irish are ahead.
Yes, and they are by 2 touchdowns. 1st and 15, Angeli out of shotgun to throw, takes a shot down the right sideline, and a nice catch made over the front shoulder in the era of the back shoulder. It's a big hit by Jordan Faison into Beaver territory. Noble Thomas Jr. was nearly face guarding him, and I thought that if the ball hadn't been caught, that a flag might have come out, but a tremendous throw by Angeli, a great catch by Faison, and Notre Dame goes quickly 1st and 10 at the Beaver 30. On an RPO, Love tries to slide it outside, and Jeremiah takes it down to the Oregon State 27, 26-yard line, gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, a tremendous pass on the previous play by Angeli, because Noble Thomas was in good defensive position. He just did not make a play on the football, and the receiver made the play. In terms of positioning, I don't think you can be in much better position than Noble Thomas was.
I had concerns that if the ball hadn't been caught, that a flag could have come out, but that is rendered moot thanks to the excellent throw by Angeli. 2nd down and 6 at the Beaver 26-yard line, 14-0 Irish. Handoff to Jeremiah Love. He's brought down on the ankle tackle by Samisi Saluni, short of the 1st down, but the Irish with a 3rd down and 3 and maybe in 4-down country here.
John Miller back in at linebacker. You did mention Saluni on the inside. Here comes Rawls, I believe Quincy Wright on the inside, and Chatfield along the defensive line. So 3 or 4 substitutions in here for this 3rd and 3.
Corey Stover on the other side. Andrew Chatfield at the left outside backer, and indeed Wright and Rawls in. Melvin Jordan, the 4th, receiving some medical attention in the tent, according to Ron Callan. We'll try to get more on that in a moment. Handoff to Love, and the Beavers are in the backfield, and a nice play turned in by Olawase Omatosho, who picks up a tackle for loss. And the Beavers on 3rd down come up with a stop that at least brings Spencer Schrader and company onto the field. Nice play by the transfer from Wyoming, Jim. Good penetration in a TFL that brings the field goal unit out. And no cheapie, we've seen Schrader miss a 50-yarder. He'll be attempting a 44-yarder now, straight down the middle. 4th down and 6, a loss of 3 on the play. Good play by Olawase. And now Schrader trying to put the Irish up 17-0. Good snap. The kick is on the way, and good this time from 44. The distance of the lone points in the Sun Bowl back in 2008. Justin Cahoot, a 44-yarder for the 3-0 win. This 44-yarder puts the Irish up by 17, and it feels like a lot more than that. 9:43 to go in the 3rd. Notre Dame 17, the Beavers nothing. We'll get a station ID when we return to El Paso on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey there, Beaver fans. Holt Ag Solutions is proud to be your premier dealer for top tractor brands like Massey Ferguson, Fendt, and more right here in Oregon with expert technicians and quality parts. We are here to support your operation from start to finish. Stop by any of our Oregon locations to see the latest models from Fendt, Massey Ferguson, and all your favorite ag brands at Holt Ag Solutions. Or call 888-HOLT-006 to talk with one of our ag experts today.
Touchdown, Beavers!
This is the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Score a touchdown today by joining Oregon State Credit Union, where your money works harder for you. Be more than an account number with member-focused financial advice and money-saving options. We started at Oregon State University. We were born a Beaver. Join Oregon State Credit Union today. Visit one of our 15 branches or join online at OregonStateCU.com/join.
At TriMet, we make it easy to hop on board using whatever payment method works for you. Need a ride? On buses and Max, you can pay the adult fare instantly with your phone or contactless credit card. Just look for the green Hop Fast Pass reader at the Max station or on the bus. Tap your phone or card on the reader and you're good to go. It's that easy. No need to buy a ticket in advance. Just tap and go. With Max and many TriMet bus lines running every 15 minutes, we're going your way. Track your ride at TriMet.org.
Okay. Back in El Paso, the Beavers trailing Notre Dame 17-0. Before we go down for a sideline report with Ron Callan, we want to pause and let our network stations identify themselves. 10-second break for station ID. This is Beaver football from Learfield. Notre Dame with a 3-score lead. Spencer Schrader getting ready to kick the ball away. We'll check in with Ron after the kickoff. The Beavers will be without Silas Bolden the rest of the game. Josiah Irish is awaiting the kick. We've not seen a kick return in the game. And we'll see now if that continues to hold true, and it will. The ball landing only 2 yards deep, though, in the end zone this time. And the Beavers will have it 1st and 10 from their 25, down 17-0. Let's go below to Sun Bowl Stadium sideline to Ron Callan.
You know, Jordan had a good first half on defense for the Beavs, but he came out grimacing in pain, went in the tent, came out, and the prognosis by team doctors is a left side strain, and he's listed as questionable to return.
Boy, he really was playing well. That's been an encouraging sign today. A lot of things the Beavers have done on defense indeed has been encouraging. Beavers down 3 scores. Tall order ahead of them, to be sure. Jimmy Valson III split to the right, handoff to Fenwick, and Fenwick is blasted down for a loss back to the 21. A loss of 4, and quick penetration by Benjamin Morris in the corner, who ended the half with an interception on the heave-ho throw as the clock ran out from Ben Gulbranson, who went 8 of 15 in the first half, 86 yards and an interception.
Morris, an interesting guy. He's finishing up his second year. He's a true sophomore. He had 6 interceptions last year as a true freshman. Now 3 this year. 9 in 2 years.
Xavier Watts led the country with 7. Haven't called his name that often. And the Beavers now, with a little confusion, take a timeout to cut their losses with the play clock heading down under 10. The Beavers have a 2nd and 14, down 17-0. And we'll keep things right here. A couple of reminders. Oregon State men's basketball up next on the Beaver Sports Network tomorrow night. We'll be on the air at 6:30. I'll be getting back John Warren with a doubleheader call yesterday. A big win for the women's basketball team, 80-51 over Morgan State. And Jim, you and Ron and I watching the men against UCLA, doing a lot of good things early. A 9-point lead under the 4-minute mark late in the first half. I liked what they were doing, how they were playing. We both felt like keep it right in there, 7 and 9 points. Don't let that get whittled down. By the end of the half, UCLA had cut it to 4, and then the Bruins seemed to have a much better look in the third quarter. Now a timeout on the field has been called officially by the media, so we'll take one too. Anyway, the Beavers and USC at Gill tomorrow night. Notre Dame 17, the Beavers nothing. 9:06 to go in the third. Back after this in the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Make the most of your holidays with a new Toyota at Toyotathon. From ski trips to holiday shopping, you'll be thanking yourself all season long.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers end December 5th. Toyota finance January 2nd. Participating dealers only. Toyota. Let's go places.
From forestry, construction, material handling to trucking, no matter what industry you're in, Pape has the equipment and services to keep you moving. As a family-owned and operated business for 85 years, Pape is committed to providing consistent, quality customer service. This commitment is what makes Pape the premier capital equipment provider in the West. Pape is a proud sponsor of OSU Athletics. Go Beavs!
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not one based on the tailgater who's testing the laws of physics with a table and a grill and 6 camping chairs all balanced on the roof of a small sedan. Make that 4 camping chairs. Why would you pay a rate based on anyone else? Get a rate based on you with DriveWise and the Allstate app.
Not available in California, subject to terms and conditions. Some states participation in DriveWise allows Allstate to use your driving data for purposes of rating, while in some states a rate could increase with high-risk driving. Safer drivers will save with DriveWise. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Make the most of your holidays with a new Toyota at Toyotathon. From ski trips to holiday shopping, you'll be thanking yourself all season long.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers end December 5th. Toyotathon ends January 2nd. Participating dealers only. Toyota. Let's go places.
Both teams have used a timeout here early in the third quarter. 9:06 to go in the third. Notre Dame leading the Beavers 17-0. The Beavers taking one after losing 4 on first down, and then the play clock counting down. Kefense Hinson, the offensive coordinator, even though John Boyer has the title, Kefense calling the plays from the Beavers sideline, burned the timeout, and now sends the Beavers out under center with Jermaine Terry II at fullback, and it's a lead play behind Terry to Fenwick. Good cut by Deshaun. Takes it across the 25 out to the 27, a gain of 6, leaving the Beavers with a 3rd down and 8. That had the look right there, Jimmy, of what we've seen from the Beavers over the last 6 years. A power run game, pretty well blocked with a good cut by Fenwick, but the Beavers are down 17, and they're not going to be able to climb back just doing that, but that play had a familiar look.
And a very good cut. I think you said it on the call. Real good, strong cut.
Gives the Beavers 3rd and 8. Gulbranson out of shotgun and is sacked back at around the 16-yard line, with Notre Dame getting home with pressure up the middle. And the Beavs are in deep trouble offensively. We knew they were going to be. The great Howard Cross III, 64 total tackles on the year, tied for the most in the country by an interior lineman. When interior linemen are getting that many tackles, Jim, you know they're good. 6 foot, 288-pound graduate out of Paramus, New Jersey, with the sack, leaving the Beavers with a 4th and 18, and A.J. Windsor called upon. Bad snap. He caught it. The kick comes. He got it away. Good job by Windsor to catch the snap and get the kick away with pressure coming off the edge. He's able to deliver the kick, and Notre Dame settles for the fair catch and will have good field position. But Jake Cookus, special teams coordinator, had told me his biggest concern with A.J. Windsor in playing in a college football game for the first time was simply the basics, the fundamentals, catching snaps, getting the kick away. He had to catch a kind of a wild snap there, caught it, and with pressure coming, delivered a decent kick. We've got a break coming, but Jimmy, well done by AJ.
Yeah, and you've seen it at every level. A first-time guy, whether it's a freshman playing college football, a guy in his first pro, the simplest of things, and they can't do it, and they've done it their whole life. And then once they get the experience, but he's done a good job of handling it today.
And a good punt by AJ of 43 yards. Notre Dame will have 1st and 10 at its own 40 when we return. 7:47 to go in the third quarter. The Irish 17, the Beavers nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
It's time to give the home team the advantage. For all your homeowner needs, turn to the Beaver Home Team. Oregon Mutual Insurance and WaFed Bank are your local businesses that have teamed up to provide outstanding service for your local home needs. You can count on Oregon Mutual Insurance and WaFed Bank to help you score big for your home. Check out osubeavers.com/home team to see what the Beaver Home Team can do for you. Go local and go Beavs.
This is Oregon State football. Build the dam. Go Beavs.
From forestry, construction, material handling to trucking, no matter what industry you're in, Pape has the equipment and services to keep you moving. As a family-owned and operated business for 85 years, Pape is committed to providing consistent quality customer service. This commitment is what makes Pape the premier capital equipment provider in the West. Pape is a proud sponsor of OSU Athletics. Go Beavs!
At Unitas Community Credit Union, we believe what connects us unites us. And that's why we're proud to sponsor Oregon State Athletics' Dream Come True program, which connects children battling illness with memorable OSU football experiences, creating memories that will last a lifetime. There's more that unites us. You, us, Unitas.
Beaver football is brought to you by Pacific Office Automation. Local people respond. Local people make decisions. Local people make sure you're happy. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. Back in El Paso, 17-0 Notre Dame. 1st and 10 for the Irish at their own 40, moving right to left here in the Chihuahua Desert, flanked by the Franklin Mountains. On 1st down, a rollout and a catch made for a 1st down and a little bit more onto the Beaver sideline. And another nice job after the catch on the part of the Irish receiver, Jaden Greathouse here, who led the Irish with receiving touchdowns with 5, catches the ball, shirks initial contact, and takes the ball into Beaver territory to the 44 for a gain of 16. Jim, they do a good job after the catch.
Yeah, and the Beavers tackling on the perimeter after the catch has not been good.
1st and 10 at the Beaver 44, 17-0 Irish, approaching 7:10 to go in the third. Shotgun snap, handoff to Jadarian Price, and he burst through the left side down to the Oregon State 36 for a gain of 9, brought down by Noble Thomas Jr. 2nd and 1 coming up.
Pretty good tackle there by Noble Thomas, obviously coming from the outside, his corner position on a play that went right up the middle, but at least he got a sure ankle tackle, both hands around the ankles of the runner.
Lolohea and Chatfield on the outside, James Rawls and Samisi Saluni hands on the turf on the inside. And on 2nd and short, a bit of a free play, and Jadarian Price gets the 1st down, breaks a couple of tackles, and is tripped up by Catano Ladapo, but gets the 1st down to the Oregon State 27 for a gain of 9 more. 6:15 to play in the third, 17-0 Notre Dame.
And these runners, they look good to me, Mike. They're making the Beavers miss. They're hard to bring down. And Notre Dame's playing without a runner, Estime, who had 1,341 yards. I mean, that's a pretty good, deep stable of running backs. And we were talking before, and I'll let the play go here.
And 18 touchdowns, a Notre Dame record for rushing touchdowns this season for Estime. From the shotgun on 1st down, Angeli to time to throw down the seam, incomplete, dropped in the end zone with Catano Ladapo in coverage. Jordan Faison not able to haul it in. Faison's an interesting story in himself. He walked on to Notre Dame football because he came as one of the top scholarship lacrosse players in the country. Lacrosse, a national champion, Notre Dame, a national champion program in lacrosse. Now a full-time scholarship player, but came to go the Jim Brown route. Had the ball go in and out of his hands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
The point I was making is filing off a bus or just the eye test. This Notre Dame on both sides of the ball. I was just watching. We were looking at some of their guys on defense. Boy, look at their guys up front.
It is an impressive cast, even with the attrition, the opt-outs, the transfer portal kids. It's an impressive group.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
They've had some administrative issues here in the second half. And Jim, you and I both, you said to me, Mike, try to find the play clock at the kind of northeast end of the end zone. When we sat down in the booth, I couldn't find it. You had to point it out. So that may be an issue here.
Yeah, well, Ron said that to me before that, and I couldn't find it. Well, I found it eventually, but you can't read it even when because of the glare. And that's twice that it's been a delay game call, and the quarterback's like, what do you mean?
2nd and 15. Angeli out of the shotgun to throw. The pocket collapses, and Angeli, a good athlete, runs it, and he lowers the shoulder for the first down inside the 20 to the Beaver 16-yard line. A gain of 17 for Angeli. They've got a dude here, I think, Jim. You know, they've got to replace Sam Hartman. I'm not sure what Mike Denbrock, the coordinator coming from Louisville, is going to want to do with the Notre Dame offense. But if this is at all an audition for Angeli, I think he's performing pretty well, and he makes plays when he runs the football too.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I think they do have a portal commitment. Now we'll see. I mean, the portal commitments are just that.
An RPO play and a handoff to Jajarian Price, and the Beavers do a good job to swarm Price down for a gain of 1 to the 15. Isaiah Chisholm in on the play. I may have miscalled earlier. I had Oluwase Omatusho, mainly because maybe I just wanted to say the name. But it was Isaiah Chisholm who may have penetrated the previous play, setting up the field goal, and Chisholm on a tackle here for 1 yard. 2nd and 9 coming.
Yeah, Chisholm 32, Olatosho 33.
And I read 3, yeah.
But Chisholm pulls his jersey up a little bit, and it's hard to get the full look of the number.
Yep. Thank you for that, for having my back. Now, Jaden Robinson and Noble Thomas Jr. at the corners. Notre Dame brings the formation in tight on 2nd and 9. Pass comes underneath, and the Beavers this time in Noble Thomas Jr. get to Eli Raritan after the catch and a short gain to the Beaver 13-yard line, and the Irish will have a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, give Noble Thomas credit. We talked earlier about, hey, big guy, small guy, defensive back, big guy, tight end. You got to go low and cut him down, and that's exactly what Noble Thomas did.
17-0 Notre Dame, 3rd and 7 for the Irish at the Oregon State 13 from the right hash.
They got set in a hurry, but now they're looking around.
Yeah, I'm trying. I find the play clock counting down to 6 and to 5 with Angeli working out of the shotgun. The Beavers bring pressure, and the pass comes over the middle, complete and caught for the touchdown for Jordan Faison. Well done. The Beavers chose to bring pressure. Anthony Perkins calling the plays defensively, and Angeli took advantage of it, throwing to the vacated area. The Beavers rushed 6 or 7. I can't.
They brought a bunch.
And Faison found the open space, and Angeli hit Faison in stride. Jordan takes it in for the touchdown, and the Irish lead at 23-0 with 3:28 to go in the 3rd. Spencer Schrader to attempt the PAT, as the Notre Dame Fighting Irish appear very well. And in fact, we'll just say and it's a small sample size and only the 3rd meeting between the two programs, will exact a measure of revenge against Oregon State here in the postseason today. The extra point is good. 3:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. Timeout on the field. Notre Dame 24, the Beavers nothing. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Beaver Nation, there's nothing like celebrating a big win, right? Generations of OSU families know that you can't win in sports or life without a strong team to support you. When it comes to your health, P3 Oregon is proud to support Oregonians and the Beaver Nation. The P3 Care Team works alongside your provider to connect you with the care you need in between doctor's visits. Medication management, nursing support, health questions. Our team has got your back. Celebrate a winning season of health. Visit p3oregon.org to learn more.
Hey there, Beaver fans. Holt Ag Solutions is proud to be your premier dealer for top tractor brands like Massey Ferguson, Fendt, and more right here in Oregon. With expert technicians and quality parts, we are here to support your operation from start to finish. Stop by any of our Oregon locations to see the latest models from Fendt, Massey Ferguson, and all your favorite ag brands at Holt Ag Solutions. Or call 888-HOLT-006 to talk with one of our ag experts today.
Whether you've been open for generations or just getting started, your business is your passion. For more than 100 years, SAFE has been the leader in workers' comp, helping Oregon businesses and workers. Our expert service and innovative safety and health programs support Oregon businesses in every corner of the state. Because we have offices in every region, we can help business owners continue to do what they love for generations to come. SAFE workers' comp that really works.
Back in El Paso in the Sun Bowl, my friend Dave from Tumwater tells me that Donnie Anderson, playing with Texas Tech, also part of the legends who have played in this wonderful event. Notre Dame, its third appearance in the Sun Bowl, dominating the Beavers today, up 24-0 with 3:28 to go in the third quarter. Spencer Schrader kicks the ball away. Josiah Irish watches it sail past the left upright. Beavers will have it first and 10 at the 25. I mentioned the men's basketball team back in action tomorrow night against USC, 6:30 airtime here on the network. And then Ron Callan, whom we will hear from in a moment, New Year's Eve afternoon, 1:30 airtime. Conference play opens the Beavers in Oregon. Let's go below to Ron Callan.
That's going to be a good one, guys. The Beavs 11-0. The Ducks have been up and down. That'll be exciting. Down here, I'm just thinking about some of these seniors who are playing in this game and pouring their heart out to try to get a win. What's up next for them, because since they won't be coming back.
Yeah, it's a lot of emotion, I'm sure, will be expended at the end of this one. Deshaun Fenwick gets the handoff and runs left for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Beavs, trailing the Irish 24-0. Ron, back to you for a moment. 11-0 for the Beavs, but conference play begins. What's your sense about how that's going to play out?
Yeah, nationally they're 25th now in the net rankings by the NCAA. I think they've turned a few heads, but the strength of schedule is working against them. Let's see how they do against the toughest conference in the country.
That gets underway Sunday afternoon with Ron on the call. 2nd down and 10 for the Beavers. Ben Gulbranson out of shotgun, gets it to Riley Sharp on the crossing route over the middle for the catch, and a first down out to the 42, and that's one of the guys that Ron was referring to, and Riley, 6'6", 248-pounder out of Salt Lake City and Skyline High School, his 7th catch of the season. He does have a couple of touchdowns, and Riley with a good pitch and catch from Ben Gulbranson for the first down, gain of 17.
A breath of fresh air for Ben, who got a chance just to step into a throw.
24-0 Notre Dame, 2:14 to go in the third from the left hash. Gulbranson, a shotgun snap again over to Riley Sharp over the middle. In and out of Riley's hands, incomplete. Adon Schuler in coverage. Ball a little bit behind Riley, but I think I could tell by his body language that he knew he should have hauled that one in. Let's send it back down to Ron.
It is 3,900 feet, guys. Some of the players now have been taking a little oxygen here late in this third quarter.
Yeah, I believe you. We went from 2,700 feet. Your early estimate, you were just basing that on your world traveling experiences. We knew that it was 3,910 feet, and that you can feel it here, and the guys are dealing with it now. Down 24-0, 2nd and 10. Bryce Caulfield, the catch, bounces off a couple of tacklers, stays on his feet. Bryce to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 7, a tough 7, and that is perfect timing to be able to talk about what, for me, was one of the highlights of this trip, the trip out to Fort Bliss, the largest air defense center in the Western world. And Bryce has a brother, Sergeant Brandon Caulfield, and it's the first time in the history of the Sun Bowl, according to the Fort Bliss officials, that there's been a relative who was stationed at Fort Bliss that had a relative, a brother in this case, the Caulfield brothers, meeting here in El Paso for the Sun Bowl activity. And they had a chance to have a photo opportunity, and it was a really great moment for Bryce and Brandon Caulfield earlier this week at Fort Bliss, part of the experience of the guys here at the Sun Bowl. Bryce Caulfield, a football player out of Lake Ridge High School for his senior year where he played. Brandon took a different route and is a sniper in the U.S. Army. 4th down here, Mike. Beavers going for it. Ben Gulbranson taking the shotgun snap and tackled for a loss of 2, leaving the Beavers with a 4th and 5. And right now, this is the right decision. 50 seconds to go in the third, down 24-0. The Beavers go 4th and 5. Ben Gulbranson, the shotgun snap, steps up, is flushed. He's hit from behind and tries to get rid of it. It's an incomplete pass, or he's down for the sack, and that's what the call is going to be. Ben sacked back at his own 42, the 3rd sack of the day for the Irish. That's a really beautiful sound. It's turnover on downs on the sack. But, Jim, going for it there. 4th and 5, that's a manageable distance. You're down 24-0.
Yeah, I thought on consecutive plays that it had been thought down in distance on each. On the play before, he kept going wide. No, just turn it up. Maybe get 2, maybe get 3. Then
leave you with a 4th and 2.
4th and 2. And this time here, I thought there was a chance where there was no receiver. The pocket was collapsing. Just take it up the field to see if you can't pick it up. But instead, he waited a second. Then he went to the outside, and he didn't know the Notre Dame guy coming from the other side had speed built up. And it's just been impossible for Oregon State to get these guys blocked. And one of the things I've noticed on the blitzing linebackers is they have the cadence, and they're literally running at to the line of scrimmage as the ball is being snapped.
Jordan Botello with the sack. Timeout on the field. 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. Notre Dame 24, the Beavers nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Score a touchdown today by joining Oregon State Credit Union, where your money works harder for you. Be more than an account number with member-focused financial advice and money-saving options. We started at Oregon State University. We were born a Beaver. Join Oregon State Credit Union today. Visit one of our 15 branches or join online at OregonStateCU.com/join.
Today's game is brought to you by Fairfield by Marriott, part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels and the official hotel partner of the NCAA. With over 1,000 locations across the country, you'll always have the home field advantage. Visit fairfield.marriott.com to book your stay. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
At TriMet, we make it easy to hop on board using whatever payment method works for you. Need a ride? On buses and Max, you can pay the adult fare instantly with your phone or contactless credit card. Just look for the green Hop Fast Pass reader at the Max station or on the bus. Tap your phone or card on the reader and you're good to go. It's that easy. No need to buy a ticket in advance. Just tap and go. With Max and many TriMet bus lines running every 15 minutes, we're going your way. Track your ride at TriMet.org.
Hello, my name is Jim Burno, founder of Willamette Valley Vineyards. Please consider joining us as a winery owner through preferred stock and becoming part of the thriving Oregon wine industry. As an owner, you'll receive great benefits, including a 25% discount on wine and exclusive owner events. Please go to WVV.com, that's WVV.com, or call the winery at 503-588-9463. Please act now. Thank you for your support of the Oregon wine industry.
Steve Angeli on first down, scrambles to his right and picks up 14 yards. Another good play by the resourceful quarterback. He takes the football down to the Oregon State 28-yard line, leaving the Irish with a 1st and 10, and they're content to just let the clock run out here in the third quarter. The Irish dominating in the desert of El Paso. We go to the fourth quarter, the RAV fourth quarter coming up. Notre Dame 24, the Beavers nothing. Back with the fourth quarter after this in the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
At Builders First Source, we're proud to be the nation's largest supplier of home building materials with 14 locations in Oregon and Southwest Washington. Whether you're a professional contractor or a homeowner that loves building projects, Builders First Source will support you with lumber, windows and doors, trusses, decking, and more. You can count on Builders First Source to minimize your build times, maximize efficiency, and deliver what you need when you need it. Go to BLDR.com to find a location near you.
The Rivalry Series is brought to you by Safeway Albertsons, Pacific Source Health Plans, your local Toyota dealers, and First Interstate Bank. The University of Oregon and Oregon State University want to thank each company for recognizing one of the longest-running sports rivalries in the nation. Ultimately, our student-athletes will benefit the greatest from their tremendous support. The Beavs and Ducks will battle head-to-head once again this year in 10 different sports. Cheer on the Beavs this season to capture the Rivalry Series.
Beavers regain the lead in the rivalry game.
The Oregon Air Guard is Oregon's hometown Air Force. Who says you have to go far to put down roots? With offices in Portland, Vancouver, Beaverton, Albany, Bend, Klamath Falls, Grants Pass, and Medford, we have recruiters across the state that will help you discover where you can serve part-time right here in Oregon. The Oregon Air Guard offers 100% tuition paid for in-state colleges and universities, world-class technical training, and the ability to help you achieve your goals. The best way to predict the future is to write it yourself. We're proud to partner with OSU Athletics. Go Beavs!
It's time for the RAV fourth quarter, presented by your local Toyota dealers.
Indeed, Beaver Nation, welcome to the RAV fourth quarter. Notre Dame leading the Beavers 24-0. Every time you bring your Toyota vehicle to be serviced at a local and participating Toyota dealership, you can receive a premium Oregon State giveaway item. As a member of the Toyota Rewards program, to join the program, visit osubeavers.com/Toyota Rewards program. Toyota, let's go places. The RAV fourth quarter, brought to you by Toyota. Notre Dame has dominated the first three, lead 24-0 over the Beavs. With a 1st and 10 at the Oregon State 28, now shifting gears and moving from left to right with a 1st and 10 after the Angeli 14-yard scramble to end the third.
Looking at some of the numbers, one of the most impressive thing is Angeli himself, 13 for 16, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, but has also rushed 7 times. Well, he's rushed 5 times, but he has 30 yards rushing. And to me, he's looked the part. Oregon State with just 112 total yards, 110 through the air, just 2 on the ground. Of course, the sacks have taken away from what rushing yards they do have.
Angeli will work out of the shotgun from the right hash mark. The Irish now moving left to right. Cooper Flanagan, the tight end, moves from right to left. And on 1st down, a handoff to Jeremiah Love. And he works his way to the 25-yard line for a pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. And Isaiah Chisholm, who's been busy today, again, in on the tackle. 2nd and 7. In Notre Dame, you can see, Jimmy, they're
in no hurry.
The game is in hand, and they are just taking plenty of time now. On a 2nd and 7, the play clock down to about 15 before they break huddle. A slot to the right, the wide side of the field. And Angeli, who's been impressive in his first collegiate start, on a quarterback draw, and the Beavers this time are ready for him, and a tackle for a loss of a couple, and it's James Rawls. Now, James, good tackle by James. It's good to see him finishing well. Down the stretch last year, James Rawls was a force. He didn't quite play to that same level this year, but that's his 2nd TFL today, and that's good to see for James in his final game as a Beaver.
Yeah, that was his statistic last year, was the TFLs, and he didn't have quite as many this year, but certainly made a nice hit on another scheduled run. Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of Angeli's game, is his ability to run the football.
Ashton Craig over the ball at center for Notre Dame in its 42nd bowl game on 3rd and 10. Play action fake, penalty flag out. A diving catch made over the middle on the slant, but I think it's going to come back for a hold. Matt Salerno, the catch. And we'll see now. The white hat is talking things over. And it might have been against the Beavs.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense. Number 6. This penalty will be forced after this is goal. Automatic first down.
And John McCartan called for the penalty, which just adds to the big play nature of the hit to Salerno, who made a good diving catch. 1st and goal, Irish at the Beaver 4. Let's go below to Ron Callan.
Just talked to Travis Hughes, the president of the Sun Bowl. He has a special pass, guys, that says Premier Press Pass. And he is thrilled. He says, look at this city. Look at the sun. Look at the crowd. We don't have a professional team here. This is our Super Bowl.
It is, and they've done a great job with it. And, Jim, you've been impressed. The staying power of the crowd, not a really very few empty seats. A sunny, bright day, no doubt, but the place is still full. A few folks beginning to file out. Jeremiah Love runs left, cuts, and is tackled for a loss at the 5-yard line. Isaiah Chisholm, again, they'll mark it closer to the 6. Loss of 2. 2nd and goal from the 6. Notre Dame leading 24-0. But it has been a magnificent setting, and Travis Hughes should be proud of the setting and the scene here.
Yeah, I always thought, you come all the way to El Paso, you can make it through 4 quarters, whatever the score. Because I was at the Fiesta Bowl in 01 when the Beavers won 41-9, and by the end of the game, you could sit wherever you wanted because the Notre Dame people all exited.
The smattering of Beaver fans, it's certainly a dominant Irish crowd. A direct snap is coming here to the 3rd down specialist, who dances his way inside the 5 Jabron Payne gets down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2. But yeah, that was a party and a celebration. The only people left were in orange and black, about 40,000 strong on that memorable night. That was bigger than the Irish winning this game, and they're going to finish the season at 10-3. That felt like one of the great celebrations in the history of Beaver athletics that night. Notre Dame fans, although they're finally going to get a win against the Beavers, aren't carrying on quite that way.
No, I watched the end of the game from about the 50-yard line. Most of the game, I started in the end zone.
3rd and goal from the 2. Angeli under center with an offset eye. They fake a reverse. McCartan brings pressure. The pass into the end zone is incomplete. Jaden Robinson in coverage, and it'll be 4th and goal from the 2. A little bit of a trick play, a fake reverse, and in the end, McCartan's pressure, I think, forced Angeli to throw it a little bit earlier than he wanted to. 4th and goal from the 2, and a rough day for the Beavs, Jimmy. To get a stop down here would lift their spirits considerably.
Angeli might have been under pressure, but he threw a beautiful pass.
Yes, he did.
Probably catchable, and I think the receiver, Raritan, probably feels like he should have caught it.
Robinson did do a good job to kind of disrupt it. So now it's 4th and goal from the 2. Turn and give to Jabrant, and he's stopped at the 1-yard line, and the Beavers take over on downs. Jabron Payne stuffed at the 1. Yeah. And Jim, on a day where it's been difficult to find, a lot of things to be excited about, Melvin Jordan had some big plays early. I think that's a big-time play, and the Beavers, as they run over to the field, are getting nice greetings from their teammates. That's a big play right there.
Yeah, and I give Notre Dame credit to a certain extent. They lined up from about the 2.5-yard line and said, look, we don't need points, but we're going for it. There's no reason to kick a field goal, and we're going to run it right up the middle, and if you can't stop it, that's your problem. But the Beavers did stop it. So I appreciate Notre Dame and the class that I think Coach Freeman showed, and I like even more the fact that the Beavers stood up.
Sione Lolohea with the stop, although it was a gang tackle job at the 1. The Beavers will have the ball when we return to Sun Bowl Stadium here in the RAV 4th quarter. 11:24 to go in the game and the season. Notre Dame 24, the Beavers nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Beaver football plays here on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Beaver Nation, here at Mr. Plywood we know what it means to build. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Mr. Plywood goes beyond building decks, storage sheds, and fences. We help build the community. We offer family-style customer service with a friendly and knowledgeable staff that will help you with your next project. If you need hardwoods, plywood, fasteners, or help planning your next project, come down and pay us a visit. We would love to help you on your next project.
Hello, my name is Jim Burno, founder of Willamette Valley Vineyards. Please consider joining us as a winery owner through preferred stock and becoming part of the thriving Oregon wine industry. As an owner, you'll receive great benefits, including a 25% discount on wine and exclusive owner events. Please go to WVV.com, that's WVV.com, or call the winery at 503-588-9463. Please act now. Thank you for your support of the Oregon wine industry.
Back in El Paso in the RAV 4th quarter, the Beavers get a stop, a goal line stand, and have the ball at their 1-yard line. 11:24 to go in the 4th. The Beavers trailing 24-0. It might be nice to find a Liberty Bowl type play here that the Beavers ran with the great Terry Baker for 99 back in 1962. On first down, Isaiah Newell gets the handoff. He's stacked up at the goal line. The Notre Dame fans and crowd are yelling and cheering for a safety, but Newell was able to get back to just across the goal line about a foot away from the goal line. Notre Dame may even ask for the play to be reviewed. The fans for Notre Dame, and they are multitudinous here, are booing, but Newell did cross the plane of his own goal. And now it's going to be reviewed, and Notre Dame wants the safety.
The ball carrier was stopped at the 1/2 yard line. The previous play is under further review.
Kerry Eggers' protestations notwithstanding, Kerry's latest column, your friend, who I'm sure wishes you and knows that it's your birthday today, growing up with Kerry as one of your coaches back in Corvallis. Happy birthday, Big Jim Wilson. But anyway, Kerry said it's a pet peeve of his. There is no half-yard line, but he says officials always say it. We tend to say it too. It's just trying to clarify the position of the ball on the field. Well, in this case, the official just said the ruling on the field of the runner being stopped at the half-yard line is under review. The runner was Isaiah Newell. He clearly was shoved back. I have a little fear that this could get overturned just based on the way Newell was stacked up immediately and shoved back into the end zone. We'll see. This Close Shave Instant Replay is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Choose Barbasol Shaving Cream for a thick lather and close, comfortable shave. Barbasol, the American original for over 100 years. Better buy Barbasol. The Notre Dame players and all of the folks on the sideline just below us are celebrating, watching the replay and pointing up with their hands in the safety signal position and dancing around a little bit. They think they're going to get the call overturned. The ruling on the field is that Newell did stay out of the end zone, cross the goal line. But look at those Notre Dame players, Jim. They're all chanting and dancing and signaling for a safety.
After review, the rule on the field is a safety.
Oh, my goodness. It did get overturned, and I thought it might. So it's 26-0, Notre Dame. And the Beavers will have a free kick from the 20-yard line coming here in a moment.
Mike, as this game has been played, I mean, we have these ballots, the most valuable players and so forth. And we're looking at each other like, yeah, the Notre Dame defense. That's the most. I mean, right. This game, if you want to tell, I can answer the whole game in 3 words: Notre Dame defense. And it's probably appropriate that they do get points on the board, as I did. Obviously, the quarterback for Notre Dame, 13 for 17, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, and some rushing yards. And they have a receiver, a 100-yard receiver in Jordan Faison with 115 yards and a touchdown. But the story of this game is Notre Dame's defense just overwhelming that Oregon State patchwork offensive line, and that's pretty much the. You look at the stats now. Oregon State has 2 or maybe 1.5 rushing yards on the game. Now you got subtractions due to the sacks, but it's been an impressive defensive performance.
And a safety renders the score 26-0. Free kick by Everett Hayes, a pretty impressive one. Jadarian Price, who had a 99-yard return against USC, takes the ball at his 5-yard line across the 25 out to the 27. That was a pretty long kick.
Kicking from the 20.
Yeah, down to about the 5, and Jadarian Price takes it back up to his own 27, 10:48 to go in this RAV fourth quarter. The Beavers trailing Notre Dame 26-0. Let's send it down to Ron Callan.
Guys, because of that stop on 4th down that forced the ball at their own 1-yard line, it's still a +5. Instead of 31-0, it's 26-0. If you get what I mean.
We do, Ron.
Yeah, I got you. No, I hear you. And, I remember, that may be, in a sense, a bit of a win when it all shakes out. Now, Steve Angeli's still in the game, and he gives to Price, who pops through. And that 26-0 could become something else. Price to the 30, to the 25, and finally wrestled down from behind by Katan Oladapo all the way down to the Beavers 17. Jadarian Price, who just was bottled up on the kick return, got out of the bottle and raced to the Beavers 17-yard line. A huge run for Price, and the Beavers are in jeopardy of giving up another score. Here in the desert, fans are beginning to make their way now to the exits. We see them walking down the ramps after Price burst for 54 yards to the Beaver 17.
Might have to rearrange my MVP ballots and check Price's numbers.
And Jelly will work out of the shotgun. Flanagan, the tight end, in motion, two tights. First down, give it to Jeremiah Love. He has a nice seam and gets inside the 15-yard line down to the 12, a gain of 6, second down and 4, 9:45 to go in this fourth quarter. Your local Les Schwab is proud to be a sponsor of OSU Athletics and a member of Beaver Nation. Schedule your next appointment at leschwab.com or just stop by. Les Schwab Tires, where doing the right thing matters.
Price did jump over 100 yards now, 13 carries, 106 yards and a touchdown.
Second down and 4. Angeli out of shotgun into the flat to Love. Shakes the Chisholm tackle, takes it down the seam and into the end zone for the touchdown. And Notre Dame has poured it on a little bit here late after being drubbed by the Beavers twice in the Sonoran Desert, 41-9 and 38-21. They just needed to find a different desert locale for a bowl game and a game against the Beavers here in the Chihuahua Desert. It's now Notre Dame 32, the Beavers nothing, with 9:08 to go in the football game and season for the Beavs, ending on a very drab and certainly disappointing kind of note in a year where so many good things happened along the way. Just a little more than a month ago, the Beavers were the number 10 team in the nation, playing at home against Washington with Pac-12 title hopes still alive, and a lot has happened since then, and the season kind of grinding now down to the finish. But on our post-game show, which will be coming up soon, we'll look ahead to the schedule, look ahead to a lot of the good news that's come the Beavers' way. There wasn't much of it, hasn't been much of it here today. The point after try from Spencer Schrader is good. 9:08 to play in the game. Notre Dame 33, the Beavers nothing. We'll take a break. Still some football to play. The Beavers would love to crack that goose egg. We'll see if they can down the stretch. Down 33-0 in El Paso on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Real change takes bold ideas and even bolder action. At Pacific Power, we're putting in the work to bring our vision to life. We're connecting renewable resources from across the West to build the energy system of tomorrow, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, expanding renewable energy and storage, and making smart, strategic investments in a modern grid, all to provide clean, reliable power to you. To learn more about our vision for the future, visit us at pacificpower.net/future.
In today's college sports landscape, everyone can make a difference. We challenge you to be part of the future of Beaver athletics. We're rallying Beaver Nation to support the Damn Nation Collective and all our student athletes. By signing up for a monthly membership, your involvement at any level is creating a substantial model that will allow our teams to define our future. Every commitment, no matter how big or small, empowers us to compete at the highest level. Visit damnationcollective.com and help transform Beaver athletics one contribution at a time.
Touchdown, Beavers!
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace!
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
you can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Fearless is a program in partnership with Toyota. Here in our Toyota RAV fourth quarter that honors all past, present, and future female student athletes at Oregon State. Beaver Nation, we want to give a special Fearless shout out to Nikki Newberger, former standout volleyball student athlete and team captain. Nikki Newberger is currently the chief brand officer at Lululemon and is giving back to her alma mater via the Fearless program, Fearless Women of Oregon State Athletics. And she's giving back to that Women of Oregon State Athletics. Athletics Fund, because she strongly believes, does Nikki Newberg, that athletics can have on women, benefiting them personally and professionally. Join Nikki Newberger and many others in being visiting ourbeavernation.com/fearless. Fearless, part of our RAV fourth quarter. The Beavers are going to try to get a return in, and Josiah Irish finds a little bit of a seam and hops his way across the 25 out to the 29-yard line. Good return by Josiah Irish, the only kick return of the day for the Beavs, who trail it 33-0 with 9:01 to go here in the RAV fourth quarter in El Paso. Jim, as I've already, begun, I mean, we've been conceding here for a while. The Beavs are going to finish the season 8-5, and that's quite a come down from where they were sitting, 8-2, going into the last two games of the regular season and here into the postseason. But so many things have unfolded over the last 6 weeks or so. Riley Sharp, the intended target here from Ben Gulbranson, incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. But you understand what I'm getting at here, Jim. We're going to, I think the focus in our post-game show coming up shortly, it's going to be...
Players in formation at the snap. Auger penalty, first down.
Yeah, what did he just say?
Something in formation on the snap. I didn't hear it all.
Well, they had...
The bad speaker.
They had so many people at the line of scrimmage. It just looked wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the penalty exactly was. But they had, they had like 7 guys on the line of scrimmage.
The Beavers got 5 yards as a result. 1st and 5, Ben Gulbranson to throw, and Jimmy Valson III makes the catch for the first down out to his own 43-yard line. It was an illegal substitution, was ultimately the call.
There's some new numbers, though, definitely. There's still some guys out there, but some new numbers out there as well for Notre Dame's defense.
Jimmy, you understand what I'm getting at as we head down the stretch of the season. It's a disappointing end. The last 3 games have certainly been laden with that. But there's a lot to look forward to, and we will highlight those things on our post-game show. Gulbranson to throw, gets it to Trent Walker out near midfield. Trent the catch, a gain of about 7. They're actually going to mark him down into Notre Dame territory for a gain of almost 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Caulfield in at tight end, and Jake Reichel in at running back for Oregon State.
8 minutes to play, and now inside of 8, 33-0 Notre Dame. Not what we were hoping for here in the final game of the season, but the Beavs have been dealing with a lot of stuff, maybe as much as any program in the country going into this postseason. Ben Gulbranson to throw, takes a shot down the field intended for Caulfield, kind of looking back in the sun and twisting and turning, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and a short 2. So given the tough hand with the coaching change and then some of the defections in the portal and people getting ready for the draft, you knew, I think, even full strength, let's just say that there was no coaching staff change. Everybody came in here with all of their personnel intact. I think it would have been a very compelling matchup, but it was going to be tough even in the best of circumstances.
Especially against that defense.
Right.
I mean, that's...
Right. And now that defense looking for a stop on 3rd and 2. Bootleg action, and the pass to Reichel is complete, but Ben is short of the first down, a gain of only 1, leaving the Beavers with a 4th and 1 at the Notre Dame 48.
I think Tyler Volton in the game on a 4th down here, as the pass made Reichel go to the ground to catch it, and that was unfortunate because Reichel would have picked up the first down easily had the ball been thrown where he could run through it.
Ben 13 of 22, 128 yards and a pick. 4th down and a yard for the Beavers. Would love to keep this drive going. A snap to Irish. Josiah looking to throw it, and does to Bryce Caulfield. The catch and a first down inside the 25. Nice job by Josiah Irish throwing to Caulfield out of the backfield, and the Beavers get a first down on a trick play and 4th and 1. And I've seen the Beavers practice that all week, and why not pull it out? Now, I didn't like the fake punt earlier, but this one, under the circumstances, feels right.
They hiked the ball through Gulbranson's legs, right?
They did. They hike it through Ben's legs to Josiah Irish, who rolls out and finds Caulfield. Put that in the highlight queue, Cameron. And now Ben Gulbranson to throw, takes a shot for Valson the third. Jimmy can't quite hang on near the pylon. He may have caught it, but he was ruled out of bounds after corralling the football, but not able to keep his feet in. The Beavers with a chance to get on the board and just missed there. 2nd and 10 from the Irish 33.
And by the way, Valson wore number 2. He wore 16 all year long. Anthony Gould was number 2. But as these things go, I mean, that's why I was kind of looking. It's like 2.
Yeah, right. He's the only player to change his number for the postseason, with Valson the third, perhaps in honor of Anthony, taking over number 2. And moving out wide left, Jimmy Valson the third. I think the Beavers may expend a timeout here. Deshaun Fenwick has his helmet off and is no longer part of the action. Isaiah Newell, the running back.
The previous play is under full review.
He might have caught it.
Well, yeah, so...
I mean, he did catch it.
What the white hat is saying...
Maybe a touchdown.
Yeah, that, you went ahead and you reviewed the safety and gave the Irish points. How about reviewing this and changing the call and giving the Beavers some points? We'll see another close shave instant replay brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Choose Barbasol Shaving Cream for a thick lather and close, comfortable shave. Barbasol, the American original for over 100 years. Better by Barbasol.
We talked about the number change, Valson going to number 2. Maybe he's just getting an early claim before some of these new players come in. I'm sorry, I'm number 2.
Right, it could be. Well, the catch by Valson, which was ruled incomplete, a catch but out of bounds, is being looked at.
I've not seen a replay, Mike.
I haven't either, and I thought it might have been a touchdown just with the naked eye and the first viewing. I thought it might have been a 6 spot.
Yeah, well,
here we go.
After review, the ruling is a touchdown.
Touchdown, Beavers.
Beaver maintained firm control of the ball while in bounds. Oregon State will not be charged a timeout.
What surprised me, Mike, is when he said incomplete pass out of bounds.
Right.
Well, wait a second. If he dropped it, he dropped it. But if he caught it, I think he might have been in bounds. And so, we obviously didn't think too much about it. But now Oregon State, it looks, are they going for 2?
I'm not sure, but there's a lot of folks who may be looking at this play with a vested interest if they do and hope they get it. The Beavers run a direct snap to Jacob Strand, I believe, and getting in a la Evanson Bernard is Tyler Volton. The direct snap. Tyler Volton, 6'4", 372-pound redshirt sophomore from Staten and Regis Catholic, powers his way in for a 2-point conversion. So the Beavers get a call overturned for a touchdown and run the Walter Refrigerator Perry play for the 2-point conversion. And it's now Notre Dame 33 and the Beavers 8 with 6:19 to play in the football game.
Pending the review.
Is there another one coming?
Yeah. No, but would it surprise me? No, it would not. That's interesting because they put Tyler Volton in the game for the other trick play where they snapped it through the craft just for the buy-in. You know what I'm saying? And then here they put him in the game and he was a runner.
Timeout on the field. The Beavers get on the board. They avert a shutout. It was a good-looking drive with some big plays, creative plays en route. 6:19 to play in the fourth quarter in the Sun Bowl. Notre Dame 33, the Beavers 8 on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
No student should have to worry about their next meal. Coastal Farm and Ranch and your OSU Beavers are doing what they can to help. Introducing Sacks for Students. Every time the Beavers record a sack, Coastal will make a cash donation to the OSU Food Pantry. We are Beaver Nation. Support OSU students who need a little extra help. Find out how you can get involved at coastalcountry.com. It's sacks for students with Coastal Farm and Ranch and your OSU Beavers.
For more than 85 years, Unitas Community Credit Union has been making members' financial dreams come true, and we're proud to sponsor the Oregon State Athletics Dream Come True program, where we connect children battling illness with memorable OSU football experiences. At Unitas, we believe what connects us unites us. Learn more at osubeavers.com/dreamcometrue. There is more that unites us. You, us.
Number 0 is not wearing number 48 for Notre Dame. Number 0 is not wearing number 48 for Notre Dame.
You, us, Unitas.
That could be Deion Colsey or it could be Xavier Watts. I doubt it's Colsey.
The Beavers get the 2-point conversion for Tyler Volton, and as disappointing as the game has been, the Beavers getting a huge lift on the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And Max Walker does have the ball teed up, Jimmy. 6:19 to play. The Beavers do try to execute an onside kick, and Notre Dame covers it at the Beaver 40-yard line. The ball hadn't gone the required 10, but it's an onside kick attempt, which tells you that Kafense, Henson, and the Beavs were thinking, hey, we score again real quick. We can turn it into a 2-possession game. Somehow. And again, let's see, 33-60 now. They'd still be down 17. But some good things have happened here for the Beavs down the stretch, Jimmy.
Oh, it's nice to see him get that the touchdown. Deion Colsey is number 0. He is in the game. He's a backup receiver.
Yeah, Colsey has not played much today. We'll see if the backup quarterback in, and he is. And Notre Dame runs right down the right sideline. Big hit out of bounds after a first down delivered by Winston Russell. But good hard running for Notre Dame's Devin Ford, just his 5th carry of the season. And Ford gets a first down to the Oregon State 21-yard line. Notre Dame leading the Beavers 33-8 with 5:55 to go in our fourth quarter. The backup quarterback, Kenny Minchie, 6'1", 219-pound freshman from Hendersonville, Tennessee. The backup quarterback was Sam Hartman, opting out. And so Minchie getting an opportunity after a very solid game by Angeli. Gives the football to Devin Ford, who runs inside to about the 18-yard line, 17-yard line of Oregon State. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 coming. Clock running, 5:22 to go in the fourth quarter, 33-8 Notre Dame.
Be nice to see Oregon State just hang in there and keep Notre Dame out of the end zone. Those bettors out there, I think the over was 41.5.
Look at it right now. Sitting here at 41. Good? Those guys do kind of know what they're doing. Not that we ever, pay any attention to that sort of thing. 2nd down and 7, 5 minutes to play. Angeli out of the gun, turns and gives to Devin Ford. Ford, with a good ankle tackle made by Joe Golden, gets to the 14-yard line, a gain of 4, 3rd down and 3. In today's college sports landscape, everyone can make a difference. We challenge you to be part of the future of Beaver athletics by rallying Beaver Nation to support the Damn Nation Collective and all of our student athletes. By signing up for a monthly membership, your involvement at any level creates a sustainable model that will allow our teams to define our future. Visit damnationcollective.com and help transform Beaver athletics one commitment at a time. 3rd down and 3 for the Irish at the Beaver 14. It's Devin Ford, and he finds a second gear and gets the first down just inside the 10. 1st and goal, Notre Dame leading 33-8. And boy, you're right. A lot of folks eyeballing this one closely depending on what life choices they've made. All health plans do what's required. Pacific Source Health Plans does a little more than that. They provide human service, for example, not automated phone trees, and they offer extra support for members who may be struggling. Pacific Source Health Plans going beyond what's required to put members first. 33-8 Notre Dame, clock running, 3:35 to go in the fourth quarter. First and goal at the 9 for the Irish. Minchie turns and gives to the third running back on the day, and he takes it down to about the 6. And trying to get a read, it almost has a Rudy type feel to it, because I've not had this guy in my two deep. Rudy, one of the legendary stories, it's Skip Vallata taking the ball down to the 6th. Notre Dame, the school of the Four Horsemen, and Knute Rockne and Frank Leahy and Rudy Rudiger. I'm not sure what Mike's talking, what you're talking to us about. Okay, yeah, we're not quite done. Hang on just a second on that. Second down and goal from the 6. Achieved because the touchdown is scored for Notre Dame, adding to their big lead. Trying to see who got that carry, and it's again a guy that doesn't get a good deal of playing time this year, getting the handoff. Chase Ketterer, his first carry of the year. Ketterer takes it in, and Notre Dame leads it 39-8 with 2:45 to go in the fourth quarter. And that's a good moment for the Irish. They're getting to experience, in a very real sense, what the Beavers did down, up, depending on the perspective, in the Sonoran Desert back on New Year's night of 2001. The point after try from Spencer Schrader is good, and with 2:45 to play in the fourth quarter, Notre Dame 40, the Beavers 8. We'll be back with the Notre Dame kickoff as we head down the stretch of the 24 season after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Come on, men, put your backs into it. Captain, you might consider talking to a specialist about your anxiety. I can't do that without a referral from my doctor, and I marooned him on an island. If you have a Pacific Source Health Plan, Captain, you're not required to have a referral. Pacific Source Health Plans, you say? Excellent. I've done some of my best work in the Pacific.
No referrals required to see a specialist. Just another way Pacific Source Health Plans goes beyond what's required. Visit PacificSourceMembersFirst.com.
Les Schwab is proud to be part of your local community and a sponsor of OSU Athletics. Wherever you live throughout the Beaver Nation, Les Schwab is here to keep you safely on the road. That includes free pre-trip safety checks and online appointment scheduling at leschwab.com. Schedule any Les Schwab service before you head to your local tire center, or stop by anytime and watch our team jump into action, just like your favorite Oregon State Beavers. Les Schwab Tires, where doing the right thing matters.
Oregon State and BECU have teamed up to celebrate first-generation student-athletes at OSU. The campaign focuses on highlighting current first-generation student-athletes and their journeys to Oregon State across the Go Beef social channels, game day radio broadcasts, and more. Our thanks to BECU for bringing to life these great stories within Beaver Athletics. We're in the RAV fourth quarter. Before we go any further, we want to pause and let our network stations identify themselves. 10-second break for station ID. This is Beaver Football from Learfield. .245 to go in the season. Notre Dame leading the Beavers 40-8, and the Beavs have kind of gifted Notre Dame 2 of these touchdowns. Now, Notre Dame has been good, and I'm sure in the big picture, Jim, in the long run, whether the Beavers had attempted a fake punt or not, and that backfired, whether they chose not to, whether they kicked away and didn't give another short field touchdown here for Notre Dame. In the long run, it wouldn't have made much of a difference. Notre Dame, the superior team, was going to win this football game today, but the score looks worse as a result of those two decisions.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, especially the first one. But I think whatever the score was,
33-8.
33-8. I mean, even if you get the football, you know what I'm saying? What do you have?
Well, with 6:19 to play, they're thinking they can make it 33-16. Onside kick again and again. I mean, you know, they were trying to multiply that scenario. and getting the score with that much time left. Kafense thinking, that there must be enough time to maybe, make a miraculous big hit play and kind of put a little pressure on the opposition. I could kind of understand why, but neither time did that kind of decision work out well today for the Beavs. The kick away for the Irish leads to a touchback, and the Beavers will have the ball at the 25. You wonder if we might see any backup players here, whether Ben finishes it out with the Beavers down 40-8, 2:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Josiah Irish is in the backfield with Ben Gulbranson under center. A fake toss sweep to Josiah. Ben rolls right and then throws incomplete.
Montrell Hatton.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen or called his name all year, but the pass is incomplete, intended for, as you said, a guy that the Beavs have not, he's played in some games on special teams, but has not had a catch this year. Montrell Hatton Jr., 5'11", 217-pound freshman, making a trip back to his home state in Carthage, Texas. Ben Gulbranson in shotgun on 2nd and 10. Ben slides the pocket a little bit and throws on the dig over the middle to Jimmy Valson III, who hauls it in for a gain of 9 out to the 34. 2:25 to play in the round fourth quarter. Beavers trailing 40-8. Pretty similar to the score in Tempe on New Year's night of 2001. A much happier occasion, as we've talked about along the way today. Notre Dame gets its first win in the 3-game series. Knute Rockne, as I mentioned, was ready to create a series of games with his good friend Paul Schisler, the head coach at Oregon State. Knute came out for seminars 1925 through 1928, and Rockne ended up dying in a plane crash in 1931. Slant caught by Josiah Irish from Gulbranson for a conversion. First down to the Oregon State 44-yard line. That would have been something. Rockne and Schisler were talking about a series. Stanford and USC ended up kind of filling those slots for the national brand that Notre Dame was, but Oregon tradition with Notre Dame. Notre Dame and USC, Jimmy, once drew 112,583 people to watch a college football game at Soldier Field. USC and Notre Dame in the heyday of Knute Rockne and those amazing, legendary teams for the Irish. The Beavers run a little toss for a short pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 8. I'm not sure who was that.
Newell.
It was Isaiah Newell on the little toss. 2nd down, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. We're down to a minute to play, 40-8, Notre Dame. Under the bright sunlight, we've been blessed with it all week long. The Irish bring pressure. Gulbranson has the ball knocked loose. That's a fumble. I don't believe it's an incomplete forward pass. The ball is loose, and I think the Irish have recovered, and they have, at the Oregon State 41-yard line. So, I'll tell you what, that's a Marcus Freeman, who is a proud defensive coach. Al Golden, his 2nd year, and outstanding defensive coordinator, Jim. They didn't just sit back. I think they blitzed the house and put pressure on Ben.
They're saying incomplete pass now, Mike. I don't know that they're going to end up reviewing this, but the white hat, Scott Walker, is that his name? From the SEC, he stepped in, said incomplete pass, and so now it is 3rd down. Okay.
I don't think the Irish will fight it too much.
No.
I thought it was a fumble, though.
He didn't control the ball, that's for sure.
The Beavers, though, get a little bit of a break in that respect and still have the ball at their own 46, looking at a 3rd and 8, trailing 40-8 with 45 seconds to play under the sun in El Paso. Gulbranson in shotgun and hands it off to Newell, who's tackled for no gain. So it'll be 4th down and 8 for the Beavers, who will run perhaps one final play in this 2023 season, full of tumult, full of a lot of questions, anxieties, and some existential crises along the way, it felt like, is coming to an end. One last play, perhaps 20 seconds to go. The Beavers have a 4th down and nearly 10 after a loss on the play. Are they going to run a play or just call it good?
They don't have to run a play. Yeah. I mean, in terms of
they're not going to.
Yeah, the play clock has less than the game clock, and Oregon State's gonna let the season end.
And it does come to an end under the sun in El Paso with a drubbing administered by Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish 40, the Beavers 8. That's our final score in the 90th Sun Bowl. The Beavers' third participation in the event, lacking the high drama certainly of the 2006 game, lacking the great Beaver defense in that 2008 game. In Notre Dame comes in and plays like the Notre Dame teams in some respects, certainly on defense, of some of the aforementioned legends that I've referred to along the way, Knute Rockne and Frank Lake.
Football team has been to finish. If they can continue and finish this football game, we have a 10-win season, only the fifth team to do it in our history.
Tigers are leading at 22-13. We're waiting for head coach Ryan Silverfield to make his way out of the tunnel. Then hopefully we'll have him catch up with Greg Gasson. Starting to see some of the players filter out here for the second half as they have just a little bit over 4 minutes. But we will hold here and wait to see if we get coach. If we have to take our final halftime break into the second half, we will do that. But we will wait for head coach Ryan Silverfield to catch up with Greg Gaston in the second half. But again, the Tigers are leading at 22-13, one of several bowl games being played today. And there were some close ones earlier today, as we'll give you some scores here in just a second as the Tigers will make their way back down onto the field. In the meantime, why don't we see if we can check in with Greg Gasson while he waits for head coach Ryan Silverfield. Greg, you down there with us?
I am with you, Jeff, and of course in traditional fashion, Ryan Silverfield will shake every one of his players' hands as they head from the locker room out onto the field for this second half of the game. Great first half for the Tigers, leading 22-13. Now Anthony Miller, who joined me during the first half, comes over to talk to Coach Silverfield. A lot of memories as Coach joins me now. Coach, you come out of 3-5-3 defensively. You stymie the running game. They come back and they were able to pass on you. What's the strategy second half now?
No, we're going to continue to stop the run. That's how Iowa State's built, but we've got to be able to stop the shots. And same for us offensively. Right, we got to get the run game going a little bit and then continue to hit on those shots. So it'll tell of two halves. Obviously, we got to go play better football in the second half.
You're obviously able to take advantage of those shots that you got in the first half with your quarterback Hennigan throwing the ball well.
Yeah, I mean, we hit those, and we have to. We got to continue to. Those safeties keep coming downhill. We'll stop the run. We've got to take advantage of what they're giving us. We got to go out there and play assignment sound football for another 30 minutes.
What's the message to the team at halftime?
Yeah, look, we've seen how this thing works, right? We got to be perseverant. The keys to victory have not changed. We got to go out there and continue to own the football. We got to execute, trust our fundamentals, and be the better team in the second half.
Best of luck to you, Coach.
Thanks so much. Go Tigers.
All right, Jeff, there you go. The Tigers at the half leading 22-13. You're listening to Tigers football on the First Horizon Radio Network, brought to you by Learfield.
State Farm agents Nate Nash, David Peterson, Colin Vickery, Matt Haga, and Caleb Hollingsworth are on the sidelines this Tiger football season, looking out for you and your family at home or on the go. These local agents are proud to